This is Alex Armstrong for GBNews Originals, bringing you the latest on President-elect Donald Trump's historic promise to declassify some of the most controversial documents in American history. In a stunning announcement that sent shockwaves through Washington and the world, Trump has vowed to release long-hidden government files on the assassinations of John F. Kennedy, Robert F. Kennedy, and Martin Luther King Jr. This bombshell declaration came during his victory rally at the Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C., just hours before his inauguration. Now, we've all heard promises of transparency before, haven't we? But this new emboldened Trump seems determined to follow through, billing this as a major step towards restoring accountability in government. Well, let's take a listen to what the president-elect had to say.
As a first step toward restoring transparency and accountability to government, we will also reverse the overclassification of government documents, and in the coming days, we are going to make public remaining records relating to the assassinations of President John F. Kennedy, his brother Robert Kennedy, as well as Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and other topics of great public interest. It's all going to be released, Uncle Sam.
Well, folks, that's quite a promise, isn't it? Trump's pledge to declassify these documents in the coming days has certainly sent tongues wagging in the corridors of power. But let's be clear about what we're dealing with here. These aren't just any old government files we're talking about. These are some of the most closely guarded secrets in American history. The assassinations of JFK, RFK, and MLK have been the subject of countless conspiracy theories and speculation for decades. The idea that we might finally get to see what's in those classified documents is quite frankly mind-boggling. But why now, you might ask? Well, it's worth noting that this isn't the first time Trump has shown interest in declassifying these files. During his first term, he took a long, hard look at releasing the JFK files in line with the 1992 Kennedy Assassination Collection Act. That act set a 2017 deadline for releasing the remaining files. However, Trump faced significant pushback from national security bigwigs, including his former CIA director, Mike Pompeo. Well, as a result, Trump only released a portion of the files and postponed the full release to October 2022. President Biden, following in Trump's footsteps, took a similar approach. But now it seems Trump is determined to go all the way. And the timing of this announcement is particularly interesting too. Trump made this promise at his victory rally with a crowd of 20,000 supporters, as usual, hanging on his every word. It's clear that he sees this as a major selling point for his second term and a concrete example of his commitment to draining the swamp and bringing transparency to Washington. Well, it comes off the back of the appointment of Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who was nominated by Donald Trump to be the next U.S. Health Secretary. He was even considered a potential vice president nominee by Trump earlier in the election cycle. RFK Jr., of course, is the son of RFK Sr., who was also assassinated under mysterious circumstances just a few short years after his brother John F. Kennedy. Well, Robert Kennedy Jr. has long held the opinion that both his father and uncle were assassinated with help from the CIA.
It was a group from the CIA who had been involved in Miami, who were angry at my uncle, felt my uncle committed treason, first of all in the Bay of Pigs, by not sending air cover.
But let's not underestimate the potential impact of this decision. These files could potentially rewrite history as we know it. The JFK assassination in particular has been subject of intense debate and speculation for over half a century. If these documents contain any new information, it could fundamentally change our understanding of one of the most pivotal moments in American history. And it's not just JFK, of course. The assassinations of Robert Kennedy and Martin Luther King are equally seismic events that shaped the course of American politics and civil rights. Any new information about these tragic events could have far-reaching implications. Of course, we've got to ask ourselves, what might be in these files? Will they confirm long-held conspiracy theories or debunk them once and for all? Are they going to implicate previously unknown parties or exonerate those who've long been under suspicion? The possibilities here are endless, and that's what makes this announcement so exciting and potentially explosive.
At GB News, we believe in the power of free speech. We're not afraid to ask the tough questions, challenge the status quo, and give you a voice. While others silence dissent, we champion the truth. So by becoming a GB News member, you're not just supporting free speech, you're defending it. Please do consider supporting us today. Together, we'll hold the powerful to account and make sure your voice is always heard. Simply go to gbnews.com/support and stand with us for what matters most.
But let's not get ahead of ourselves. While Trump's promises are certainly bold, we've yet to see how it's going to play out in practice. The intelligence community, of course, has long resisted full declassification of these documents, citing national security concerns. It's entirely possible that Trump will face significant opposition as he tries to make good on this massive promise. Moreover, though, we've got to consider the potential fallout. If these documents do contain explosive revelations, how will they affect public trust in government institutions? Could it lead to a reevaluation of other historical events? The ramifications of this could be far-reaching indeed. And on the other hand, if the documents turn out to be less than revealing than hoped, will that put to rest decades of speculation and conspiracy theories? Or will it simply fuel further suspicion about what might still be hidden? Whatever the outcome, one thing is clear. Trump's promise to declassify these documents has set the stage for what could be a seismic shift in our understanding of a recent American history. It's a bold move, and one that's sure to keep us all on the edge of our seats in the coming days and weeks. But as we await further developments, we'll be keeping a close eye on the White House and the various agencies that will be involved and surely will have a say. Will Trump follow through on his promise? What will the documents reveal? And how will it impact the political landscape as we move forward? These are questions that only time will answer. But one thing's for certain. If Trump does indeed declassify these documents, it will be a moment that goes down in history. Whether it will be remembered as a triumph of transparency or a Pandora's box of unintended consequences remains to be seen. This is Alex Armstrong for GB News. Don't forget to subscribe to the GB News YouTube channel, and I'll see you soon.